The day my father died, I didn't cry. Not at first. We hadn't spoken in 11 years. Not since the fight that shattered everything. So when the lawyer called, I expected paperwork. Maybe debt. Maybe nothing at all. Instead, he said, "Your father left you his house." I laughed. "My father rented a tiny apartment," I replied. "You must have the wrong man. There's a property in Vermont. Paid in full. Legally yours." Silence swallowed the car. "And he left a letter. He insisted you read it inside the house." Something in his tone made my stomach tighten. I didn't know it yet, but that house would uncover a truth my father died protecting. The road twisted through endless trees. No signal. No other cars. Just forest pressing in from both sides like it was hiding something. Then the house appeared. Big. Old. But cared for. Too cared for. As if someone never stopped loving it. I parked slowly. The air smelled like rain and pine. The porch creaked under my feet. Inside, everything was covered with sheets. Preserved. Waiting. On the table sat a single envelope. My name. Dad's handwriting. Hands trembling, I opened it. "Emily, I'm sorry I waited too long. There are things I hid to keep you alive. Before you leave this house, go to the basement. Behind the furnace is a loose panel. What you find will hurt, but it will finally make sense." My heart thudded painfully. Basement? A narrow door led down steep stairs. The air turned cold. At the bottom stood an old furnace. Behind it, a crooked wooden panel. I pulled. It opened into a hidden room. Small. Dark. Filled with boxes. All labeled by years. And my name. The first box held photographs. Hundreds. Me growing up. School. Friends. Stores. Some I remembered. Some I didn't. And in many, my father in the distance. Always watching. Always protecting. I frowned. Why was he following me? The second box held journals. I opened one. Emily came home crying again. Blue truck circled the block twice. Phone call tonight. Breathing. No words. My pulse quickened. Another entry. They know I'm watching. But I won't stop. The third box held newspaper clippings. One headline froze me. Local woman killed in hit and run. Witness unidentified. My mother's name. I swallowed hard. They told me it was a drunk driver. But this said intentional. Another article. Case closed due to lack of evidence. My father had circled it again and again. My hands shook. Then I opened the final box. Inside was an old recorder. And a note. Play last. I pressed the button. "Emily, if you're hearing this, I failed to keep you completely safe. Your mother didn't die by accident. She discovered the town council laundering money through a construction company. She threatened to expose it. They killed her. But you were in the back seat. You woke up when it happened. You screamed. They heard you. That's why they came after us. The calls. The following. The threats. When I went to police, someone broke into our apartment. Left a knife on your pillow. That's when I understood. Tears blurred my vision. So I ran. Moved constantly. Worked nights. Bought this house under another name. Watched you every day. Not because I didn't trust you. Because I didn't trust them. When you left after our fight, I lost you. I couldn't protect you anymore. I pray they think you forgot. I pray they leave you alone." I collapsed. Every memory rewrote itself. His rules. His fear. His desperation. All love. All sacrifice. Then I noticed something. A small unlabeled box hidden behind the shelves. Inside were recent photos. From months ago. Me at work. Me shopping. Me walking to my car. And reflected in a window. A blue truck. My breath stopped. My phone buzzed. Unknown number. I answered. Heavy breathing. Then a man spoke. "Emily, your father should have stayed quiet." Cold rushed through me. "We know you found the room." "How?" "You were never hidden." Click. I didn't sleep that night. Every sound felt like footsteps. Morning light brought no comfort. I knew one thing. Running hadn't saved us. It only delayed them. I drove into town. Old courthouse. Records office. I searched for my mother's case. A woman at the desk hesitated. "You shouldn't be looking into this," she whispered. "Why?" They told us to bury it. My blood ran cold. Who? She swallowed. Men from the council. And the construction company. I found the file. Half the evidence missing. Witness statements erased. But one thing remained. A note. Child in back seat heard voices arguing before crash. My chest tightened. I remembered something suddenly. Not the crash. But yelling. A man shouting. She knows too much. Memory slammed into me like a wave. They weren't afraid of what I saw. They were afraid of what I heard. Voices. Names. That night, headlights appeared outside the house. A blue truck. Idling. I locked the doors. Heart pounding. A man stepped out. Tall. Slow. Confident. He knocked. Emily, he called calmly. We just want to talk. I grabbed my father's old hunting rifle from the closet. Go away. He laughed softly. You sound like your father. Silence. Then. He made this harder than it had to be. My hands shook violently. You killed my mother. A pause. She shouldn't have asked questions. Rage surged through me. You won't get away with it. Another laugh. Who will believe you? The window shattered. Glass exploded inward. I screamed. I ran through the back door into the woods. Branches tore my arms. Footsteps chased me. Flashlights slicing through darkness. Don't run, Emily. I tripped. Rolled down a slope. Pain exploded in my ankle. A shadow loomed over me. The man raised a gun. Then, a shot rang out. The man fell. Another figure emerged from the trees. An older woman. Holding a pistol. Breathing hard. I told your father I'd watch over you, she said. My name's Ruth. I was your mother's friend. Police sirens wailed in the distance. They've been after you for years, she said. But tonight we end it. The investigation reopened. Bodies buried. Money trails exposed. Arrests followed. Council members. Executives. The whole network collapsed. My mother's name was finally cleared. My father declared a hero. Months later, I stood in the hidden room again, touching the journals, understanding the depth of his love. He had lived in fear so I could live free. Sometimes I still see blue trucks. My heart still jumps. But then I breathe. They're gone. And for the first time, I'm safe. The end.